James Helder, IFL TV, in association with Macklin's Gym. With me, I've got Chris McKenna. We're at the press conference today for GGG v Kell Brook. Absolutely monster of a fight. Firstly, how are you, mate?
Very well, pal. Can't complain.
Good, that's what I like to hear. Looking very debonair today, sir.
Well, you did give me criticise my wear on Saturday night at Leeds, so I decided to spruce myself up for you today.
I did. On Saturday in Leeds, you looked like you were probably visiting a hostel and managed to sneak into ringside.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe I was doing that. Maybe I'm not actually a journalist. Maybe I just sneak into all these events. I'm not actually a journalist.
There we go. I know you're hinting at me when you say that, but it's okay. We're over it. Talk to me about this fight. Break it down for me, Chris. How do you see him? How do you rate Kell Brook's chances of being successful?
I'd love to give Kell Brook a better chance, but I think he's really up against it in this fight. It's going to be very, very tough. It's very, very tough for a middleweight to face Gennady Golovkin. He's such a, not just a big puncher, everybody sees the knockout power in that, but he's such an intelligent boxer. So to go up against him, stepping up in two weights, it's an even bigger challenge. And I mean, he's probably the best middleweight. I don't think any middleweight can live with him. So can Kell Brook move up to middleweight, his first fight in the division, and dethrone Gennady Golovkin? I would have to say I don't think so, but obviously we would love him to do it because it would be brilliant for British boxing in this country.
How much respect have you got for someone like Kell Brook for taking a fight like this when he could have carried on defending at welterweight quite comfortably for the foreseeable future until a big fight came up? So how much respect have you got for Kell, the fact that he has taken this fight?
Massive respect. I mean, they were looking for Jesse Vargas, which I think would have been a good fight as well, but if that didn't happen, you could have been in another scenario where it was another mandatory. I'm not sure who was next for the IBF, but it could have been another opponent that, like the busiest of this world, and it could have been another Sheffield night, nice and easy, get him out there 3 or 4 rounds, get a few quid in his pocket and just keep doing that. But he wanted this big fight. Yes, he's getting well paid, and people are right to say he's doing it for the money. Of course he's doing it for the money. Everybody wants to get massive money out of boxing. I mean, Carl Frampton said that at the weekend.
We'll come back to Frampton in a moment.
You've got to do that. You've got to take the big paydays, and he's done that. He's taken the big payday, but he's taken a big risk. And if he pulls it off, he becomes a great instantly. And so you've got to have a hell of a lot of respect for him for doing it.
At the weekend, we saw Carl Frampton dethrone Leo Santa Cruz. Massive result for Carl Frampton. Only the first Northern Irishman to become a two-weight world champion, the second Irishman to do it. I know how sick you were talking to you in Leeds. I would have expected you to have to be chained down, not to be out there. Talk to me about Carl Frampton's achievement.
It was an unbelievable performance. He was really up against it. It was always going to be tough. He had to negate Santa Cruz early. He had to get his respect to Santa Cruz early. He did everything he needed to do. He did even more than he needed to do. He gave everybody a great fight when he could have, as he said himself, maybe boxed on the outside more and made it a bit more easier, but he went full on at it. Gave a great fight, and it was just the performance of his career by some distance, I think, and he needed that, and he delivered on the biggest stage. Barry McGuigan always said that we would see the best of him when he was really up against it and really needed to put it in, and he was right that he did. That he brought all that work in the gym that we don't get to see, that the likes of Barry and Shane see, and he brought it out on the big occasion.
Well, we don't get to see it, but you obviously did, being on the Irish boxing squad with Frampton at the same time. A little fact that we don't disclose that much.
I wasn't on the same team as him. We boxed around the same ages, so I've watched him since he was a young kid. I've seen him boxing.
Did you ever spar him?
I never sparred him. A couple of my friends, one of my really best friends boxed him, so I've seen him when he was a lot younger, 16, 17. He always had massive potential. It was always going to be tough in Ireland with the system, the high performance system. The best fighter doesn't always get the #1 spot. It's the same in GP. So he went pro. He took the risk to went McGuigan, and it's all come out and paid off for him.
How much of a good job has Barry McGuigan and Shane McGuigan done with Carl to get into the level that he's at to become a two-weight world champion?
Brilliant, really. I mean, he started off as pro with Jerry Story, who did a good job with him.
Correct, yeah.
And then Shane came into it as it went along, and he's a brilliant young coach, and he's been taking him to different levels. And Barry McGuigan as well. I mean, when he left Sky, people were questioning whether they made the right decision and it was a big risk to go on their own path. They were bold enough to do it. They knew what they were doing. And it's all paid off, and it's been a brilliant job from both of them. And I think Jake does a good job, and Blaine as well, the whole family.
Are you on the payroll?
I wish I was. I wish it was, especially after that weekend when the big fights they've got coming up.
I'll bet. Can you see Frampton Selby happening? Unification on the line?
Yeah, definitely. We're both Al Heyman fighters, so I think it will happen. Maybe not the next fight. They might wait for next summer. I don't know.
Belfast or Wales? Or America? What do you think will be
I think it would be better to have it over here. I mean, you might get. I mean, Frampton's now a name over in America, I think, but I don't think Leeds is that big, well known. So, I think in Belfast would probably get the biggest crowd. I imagine outdoors in Belfast next summer, Windsor Park would be a good show.
Quite finally, prediction for GGG versus Kell Brook. How do you see it playing out? What's your final? How do you see when that bell goes? How do you see it going?
I mean, I think Kell will get on him and try and put him under pressure and try and take Golovkin a bit out of his comfort zone. But I think as the fight goes on, I think Golovkin will kind of get on top and maybe points or maybe force a stoppage.
Love interviewing you. You never hold back in giving an opinion. That's what I like to hear. Chris McKenna, thank you very much for your time today, sir. I will catch you again real soon.
No problem.